Hello dear all. So in this particular session we are going to discuss the Telangana State Ecet paper, and we are going to discuss the computer science and engineering portion, CS portion. Okay, so that portion is mandatory. Total 100 questions are there, and as we can see that the question number 1 is on your screen is what? We are having a octal number 645. So we need to find out what is the decimal number corresponding to that. You just remember one point here. Whenever you need to convert the octal number 645, the base is what? It's 8. Okay. This is the octal representation. And you want to convert that octal representation to what? Base 10 representation. So the best way to do this is what? Simply just at the unit position multiply by 8 to the power 0, in which you need to multiply by 8 to the power 1, in which you need to multiply by 8 to the power 2. Okay, and just take addition between them. Means 6 into 8 square plus 4 into 8 plus 5 into 8 raised to 0. So this become 5. This is 32 plus this is 64 into 6. 6 into 64. So 384 plus 32 plus 5. On calculating it become 421. You can go with answer C. 421 is your answer. So it's a simply decimal number. You need to convert the octal number to the decimal number. That would be the procedure, and this is your answer. Got it? Simply solve like this. Now the next one is the characteristic equation of JK flip-flop is what? Okay, so in the JK flip-flop, if you want to find the next stage output, so it's simply J Q bar means the output of nth state plus K bar Qn. That would be your equation for the JK flip-flop is given in the second one. You can go with the second answer. Okay. Multiplication of these two numbers are what? As we can see that both number is in what? Binary. Okay. The first number is what? 10.10 is in binary and 0.01 is in binary. See, either you can multiply two binary numbers directly, or simply the other way that you can do is what? This is the number what? It's simply 2.5 in decimal. And that is the number what? It is 1.25 in decimal. When I am going to multiply 2.5 with 1.25, how much it is? Simply do the calculation. So 2.5 multiply by 1.25. Use the calci. You got exact result. So it become 3.125. Now simply convert that into the binary form. So the binary of 3 is 0.125. So it is 001. Just check which option gives you that number. You can go with the third one. Okay. After 1, if there is any 0, no issue with that. You can increase any number of 0, because at the end, after the decimal point, you are adding what will be the number of zeros. It doesn't affect the magnitude. Okay. For this logical circuit, the output is what? So what would be the value of ABC that we need to put that such that it gives you the output 1. Okay. Here we want output 1. Let's check by each and every option one by one. That is only the way. First 101. So 101. This is XOR operation. If both bits are different, then value is what? 1. Here you are passing C here and B here. This is 0, 1. But this is XNOR. So value become, if bits are different, then value is 0. And here C is what? 1. This is AND. So 1.0.1 becomes 0. So first is not your answer. Just cancel it out. Let's check for the second 001. If I am passing 001, if both bits are 0, then result is 1. 01, then result is, bits are different, then result is 1. Bits are different. 0, 1. See, here this is 0. If bits are same, then result is 0. If bits are different, then result is 1. The reverse of this is, if bits are different, then result is, if bits are different, 0, 1. So XOR gives you 1 or XNOR gives you 0. So here is also 0 and 1. So 0.0.1 becomes 0 only. So second is not your answer. Let's see, if all bits are 1, bits are same, result 0. Now can we say that if any of the 0 goes to the end, what will be the result of this two? It doesn't matter, your output is always 0 because 0 dot anything becomes 0. Now the last option is 0, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1. Let's see, bits are different, result is 1. Bits are same, for the XNOR, result is 1. And here is 1. So 1.1.1 become 1. So you can go with the option number 4. Got it? This is 0, 1, 1 is your answer. 0, 1, 1 is your answer. I think you got my point. Let's see. 3 variable truth table has a high output for the inputs 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. The Boolean expression for the sum of product is what? Okay. Let's see, there is 3 input A, B, C. The output is high, sir. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Output is 1, 1, 1. Which expression gives you that thing correctly? Let's try with the first one. For the first option, A, B. So 0.1 plus BC means 1.0. It gives you 0, but here we want output high. This is false. Let's check for this. A bar B. So 0, 1. So 0 bar dot 1 plus BC bar. So 1.0 bar. It gives you value 0. Check for the second option. 0 bar dot 1 plus 1.1 bar. Ultimately 1.1 become 1. So 1 is your answer. Check for this. 1 bar dot 1 plus 1.0 bar. It also gives you 1 because this term is 0 plus this term is 1. So 0 plus 1 become 1. So can we go with the answer second, because second gives you the correct answer. Got it? Let's see the next one. We are having this 4 into 1 multiplexer. Okay, that ground implies 0. Ground implies a 0 logic. This gives you the 0 logic, 0, 0. And this is 4 into 1 multiplexer. They are asking you what is the function f. Exactly, function f gives you the AND of PQ, OR of PQ, XNOR of PQ or XOR of PQ. So we need to make an equation for that. First of all, we should have a clear what is exactly the functionality of XOR. What is exactly the functionality of multiplexer. Okay. So these are the selection lines. If the values are 0, 0, we need to select this line. 0, 1, we need to select this line. 1, 0, we need to select this line. 1, 1, we need to select this line. This is ground value, 0. So can we say that here it is directly passing 0? This is NOT gate. So here the value is 1. So here it is going to pass 1. Here it is going to pass 1. And again NOT. So 1 NOT, it becomes 0. Okay. So can we say that when PQ is 0, 0 means P bar, Q bar. Then it is going to select the first I0. Then when 0, 1 P bar Q, it is going to select I1. Then 1, 0 PQ bar, it is going to select I2. Plus 1, 1 PQ, it is going to select I3. Now just put the value of I0, I1, I2, I3. This is 0. This is 1. This is 1. This is 0. Now 0 dot anything becomes 0. So on solving this, your equation is simply P bar Q plus QP bar plus PQ bar. This two terms dot product with 1 na. So this is only the result. And this is what? It is nothing. It is simply P XOR Q. So this is our XOR between PQ. You can go with this answer. XOR between PQ. Are you getting my point? Let's move to the next one. Among the digital IC family, ECL, TTL, CMOS, which of the following is correct? So can we say that CMOS has the lowest power consumption? You can go with the answer third. Now, the output of two flip-flop in the figures are initialized with 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. Upon the application of clock signal is, means its output here is 0 and here is 0. So, when this is going to happen, on which clock signal it is going to gives you the output 0, 0. So if you are going to signal 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 or 0, 1, 1, 0, 0 like that, which is correct? So let's see. Clock 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. If we are giving clock like this, if we are giving clock 0, so this is 0, this one is also 0. Okay. Means both are not going to work when we are giving the signal 1 and 1, means both are going to work. Now you can see the equation for the J and K. So equation for J1 K1 and equation for J2 K2. J2 is what? It's simply Q1 and K2 is what? It's simply Q1 bar. Okay. J1 is what? It's simply Q2 bar. Or K1 is what? It's simply Q2. Okay. Let's see. If the initial value of Q1, Q2 is what? 0, 0. So here what we can say? 0 bar become 1. So 1, 0. And this is 0, 1. Okay. This is 0, 1. Like that. Okay. So on the basis of that it gives you the value, and on the basis of that it gives you the value. So which type of signals? Okay, they are asking you the sequence generated at Q1 upon the application of clock signals. Okay, so means if we are applying the clock, what would be the output at Q1? So that would be the initial condition. Let's see. The first output is what we can say? JK is what? It's a 1, 0. Initial output of Q1 is what? It's a 0. Now JK is what? 1, 0. So J is 1 means it is set, and K is 1, then it is reset. So we need to set. So the next output is what? It's 1. Okay. Now see, in the next clock cycle, what will happen? Now the value, it is Q2 bar. The output of this is J2 K2. Can we say that here it is 1? So now the next output, see the next output, I am writing output here. So J1 gives you the output 1 because it is set, and this is not set, it is reset. So it gives you the output 1 like this. Now both are 1, 1. Then the next value, this is 1 bar, it becomes 0. And this is what? Q2. Q2 is what? It's 1. Now the next is what? Q1 is 1, Q1 bar, this become what? It become 0. So next time it gives you that value. Okay. After that, what we can say, when we are going to work with this, so corresponding to that output is what? Here we can say that it is reset. It gives you the output. Okay. It gives you the output. Just a minute, I will solve this again. See, I will just make a J1 K1 and its output Qn. Okay. And J2 K2 and its output, this is Q1 and this is Q2. n. Initially, the value of Q1 and Q2 is 0. Now see, whenever you need to compute the value of J1, you can just see here, this goes to the J1, means it is nothing, it is Q2 bar. So by using Q2 bar, you can find out the value of J1. And this is K1. What is K1 here? You can see this is K1. So for the K1, we need to simply apply Q2. Okay. For J2, it's simply Q1. And for K2, it's a Q1 bar. Okay. So suppose initially the output is 0, 0. So on the basis of that, you can find the next input because it is a feedback flip-flop. So this Q2 is 0. So here it become 1. And this is Q2. It is what? It's simply 0. Okay. Now this Q1 depends on this result. This Q1 depends on this result or some other result. Let's see. This is 1, 0. This is 1, 0. Then what is output of this? If it is 1, 0, see, this value goes here. It gives you the output. What is the output? It is 1, 0. So it gives you the output what? It gives you the output 1. So you got one output here because this is 1 means it is going to set. Okay. Now if this value is 1, so over this value this flip-flop is going to work. So you can see here Q2 is what? It's simply 1. So you need to pass 1 here. And K2 is what? K2 is nothing, it is bar. So it becomes 0. 1, 0 become 1. Send that 1 here. And this is 0. 1, 0 become 1. 1, 0 become 1. And then we can send this 1 to this. So Q1 is if this is 1, just a minute. See, on this Q2, it become, this one is 0. Okay. So that's why this is 0 here and 1 here. Great. And when this value is 1, so Q1, so this is 1. Q1 bar, this is 0. So 1, 0 become 1 here. Now Q2 is 1, so this is Q2 bar. So this value becomes 0. This value becomes 0. And K1 is what? It's 1. So 0, 1 is what? There is some mistake. Just a minute, I will check. Wait a second. I will check. See, just by the procedure, what we can say, this Q1, okay, so this is Q1, so we need to send that value here. This is Q2, what is the value of it? It's a 0, we need to send that here, but it is Q2 bar. So what will be the Q2? We need to take complement of this, and this is Q2. 1, 0 gives you output 1. Okay. Now if you need to send 0 here, then its complement is 1. So 0, 1, it gives you result 0. Now if this is 0, so it is Q2 bar. So result is here 1. And if it is 1, so it is 0. So 1, 0 become 1. Okay. Now using that one, what we can say? Here it is 1. And here it is 1 complement, so it becomes 0. 1 0 gives you 1 here. Now if this is 1, so Q2 bar, it's complement, so it is 0. Okay. If it is 0 and then Q2, so 1 here. So 0 1 becomes 0. Okay. Now send this value here. So 1 and this is complement, so it is 0. 1 0 become 1. Send that 1 value here. So it's a complement you need to send here because it is Q2 bar. So 0 and this is 1, Q1. Now 0 1 become what? 0 1 becomes 0. Okay. Then you need to send that value here. So it is 0 and this is complement 1. So 0 1 it gives you the value 0. Like this. Just send here 0. Just send here it's a complement 1 0 and so on. It is going to work. They're asking you what would be the output at Q1. So just to see this row, just see this column. It gives you output 0 1 1 0 0 and so on. And 0 1 1 0 0 it is given in option number 3, option number 4. 0 1 1 0 0, option number 4. Are you getting the point? Simply need to pass the value. So you need to very careful while you are going to solve this question. The output frequency of mod 16 counter is 6 Hertz. Then the input frequency is, if the output frequency is 6 kilohertz of mod 12, then the input frequency is 72 kilohertz. You can go with the last option. It's a 72 kilohertz. The following is the correct option for the DRAM. DRAM is what? It's simply dynamic RAM uses capacitor to store the data. Static RAM uses flip-flop to store the data. You can go with second answer. The most relevant addressing mode to write position independent code is. Most relevant addressing mode to write position independent code is. So if you need to write the position independent code, you need to use the relative addressing mode. In the relative addressing mode, it is related to the offset. What will be the offset value is going to come, it is going to perform on the basis of that relative addressing mode. The speed imbalance between memory access and CPU operation can be reduced by, if there is some speed mismatching between memory access and CPU operation, then you need to use memory interleaving concept. Memory interleaving concept. That is very important concept. Let's move to the next. On receiving an interrupt from an IO device, the CPU halts for a predetermined time, hands over the control of address bus and data bus to the interrupting device, branches off to the interrupt service routine immediately, branches of the interrupt service routine after completion of the current instruction. Yes. See, whenever interrupt occur at a CPU, so first of all CPU finish the execution of currently executed instruction. After then it is going to handle the interrupt by checking interrupt service subroutine. The main three component of digital computer system. So if you are having a computer system, you need a CPU, definitely. You need input output devices, definitely. And you need a memory. So three main components are there. Three main components. The computer architecture aimed at reducing the time of execution of an instruction is in a reduced instruction set computer, RISC. Reduce instruction set computer means the number of instructions are less and hardware is going to increase. If you are going to increase the hardware, then definitely it is going to speed up. Okay. The method of accessing the IO devices by rapidly checking the status flag is called. So it is done in a programmed controlled input output. So first is your answer. SIMD representation and organization, that's SIMD representation. Okay, which is the SIMD representation? Check it. Okay, so now see here, SIMD representation, an organization that include many processing unit under a supervision of common control unit. Okay, देखिए, what is the full form of SIMD? Single instruction, multiple data. Means we are having a single instruction, like suppose you are having an instruction C equals to A plus B. Now the value of AB are going to change. You need to perform the addition. Value of AB are going to change. Your CPU is same. It is going to perform addition. You can replace the data. You can change the data. So include many processing units under the supervision of common control unit. Memory access in RISC architecture is limited to C. In RISC architecture, if you want to store or load a data, we need to use STA and LDA. Okay, so just remember that particular point. Which of the following is correct answer? Bidirectional bus associative memory, increase in capacity and access time. So can we say that this is somehow related with the CPU register to magnetic disk? Registers are higher in the speed from then cache, then main memory, then secondary memory. So from register to the magnetic disk, the capacity is going to increase, access time is going to increase. Signed integer, can we say that is related to the 2's complement? Bidirectional bus. So can we say that it is SCSI, associative memory, parallel computing. So to do the parallel computing, we need to use the associative memory. If we are having a fully associative memory, so it is a content addressable memory, we can search all the slot of that memory simultaneously, parallelly. You can go with first answer. First is the correct one. The sequence of event in an instruction cycles are, first of all you need to fetch the instruction, then you need to decode the instruction, then you need to execute the instruction, and at the end you need to store the results. You can go with the answer number 2. Which of the following is not a valid preprocessor directive? So hash include stdio.h, this is valid. Max 100 means we are defining the value of max equal to 100, this is valid. If definition debug, this is valid. This is not valid. You cannot make a function like this. Now we are having one program, we need to identify what would be the output of this program. There are 4 different options. Let's see. Always start the execution of program from the main body. So initially the value of A is 10. Then address of A is passed to P, means what we can say, A and P both represent the same memory location. Then pointer at P means the value at the address, means it is 10. 10 plus 5, 15. So that value is going to change by 15. After that function is going to terminate. You need to print the value of A. As we know that we are passing address, so what will be the changes done in P? The same changes are also in A, because they both are going to share the same memory area. So what we can say, your answer is 15. So you can go with the 15. 15 is the correct answer. Now see the next one. Again we are having a function. See, the value is what? 5. The value of A is what? 5. Now this is not passed by reference, it is called by value. So you are passing that value in X. Now but there is what? There is a pointer. So value is going to pass here. Okay. So 10 is going to store in that, and it is going to perform the operation. So somehow we can say that this is not a correct way to implementation. It is compile time error, because if you want to pass by value, then here you need to write X, not pointer X. So if you are writing here pointer X, you need to pass the address. If you are passing the value here, you need to write X. That is the issue, compile time issue. Which of the following is true about the union in C? All members share the same memory location. That statement is absolutely correct. They are going to share the same address, same memory location. Okay, we need to find what is output of this. Let's see, we are having a 2-dimension array. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this represents AI array 1, means it is going to represent base address of first row. This is 0th row. This is first row. And after that we need to go +1, means the next statement. Value at this is what? It's 4. So 4 is your answer. The time complexity of inserting a node somewhere in the middle of the linked list. See, if you want to insert any element at a middle of linked list, suppose I am taking a linked list to start. I need to insert, suppose, an element here between 3 and 4. What I need to do? I need to, because I want to connect this pointer to this one and this to that one. Okay. For that I need an address of 3, but address of 3 is stored in second, address of 2 stored in 1, and we have a start pointer. So we need to start traversing from this to that particular location. So if it is exactly in the middle, then n by 2 comparisons we need to do, or we need to travel at least half element. If it is almost the last node, then I need to travel till end. So what would be the complexity? So can we say that the complexity is somehow n by 2. So divide by 2 is the constant value. You can go with the value n. So we can go with answer number C. Third is your answer. Got it? Third is your answer. Let's move to the next one. Question number 27. What happened when we use malloc to allocate memory for a structure but forget to free it? See, if you are going to allocate memory using malloc, but if you are forget to free it, then it causes a memory leak. Memory leak. In a doubly linked list, what is the most expensive operation? See, doubly linked list means what? We can traverse in both the direction. If we are at any specific node, we can go forward as well as we can go backward, like this. This is simply your doubly linked list. Now see, if you want to perform insertion at the beginning, so no need to traversal. It take a constant time. Creation of list. If you want to create list with n element, it take a n time. Traversing the list. If you want to traverse a list, if you want to traverse all the element, it take a n time. Deleting a node within a given value. So if you want to delete a node with the given value, so what to do? You need to go to the each and every node. Then you need to compare the value. If value is going to match, then only you need to delete. So you need to take the time complexity is n only, nothing else, but every time you need to compare the elements. So you need to do the traversing as well as the comparison. That's why we can go with this one. Fourth. Are you getting the point? Which data structure is best for implementing priority queue? Whenever you need to implement a priority queue, you can use the concept of heap. Mean heap means the smallest element at root, and max heap if you want largest element at root. So the best option is binary heap. How many comparisons required for an element in a sorted array of size 1024 using binary search in worst case? So in worst case, binary search take log n time base 2. Okay, so the number of elements are how much? It is 1024. So can I write 1024 as 2 to the power 10? Here we can apply the formula log m to the power n. So can I say that n log m? So it becomes 10 log 2. Now as we know that if the base and the value is same, then result is 1. So this is 10 into 1. Your answer is nothing, it's simply 10. Got it? So simply you need to apply the formula, you got your answer. Given two singly linked lists, the most efficient way to find the intersection node is, if two singly linked list is given to us and the most efficient way to find their intersection node. Okay, let's see. Find the difference in length and traverse accordingly. Definitely. If first linked list length is 4, second linked list length is 2, so we can find this. So we know that the intersection point is what? After 2, we can go with answer 3. Which of the following is an application of stake data structures? You just remember one point. Whenever you are having a recursive call, you need a stake memory area. So it uses a stake. Level order traversal uses level order traversal uses queue. Scheduling in operating system uses queue. Binary search simply uses array. Here we can also use array. But first one uses the stake. There are certain options, we need to check that which option is correct. All objects of a class share all the data members of the class? No, it depends, the private object or public. Objects of a class do not share non-static members of a class. Every object has its own copy. Yes, that statement is correct. The class definition, function and data designated private are accessible to member function of that class. If we are having a member function of a class, then it can access the private variables of that class also. You can go with the last option. Let's see, we are having one C++ code. We need to find what is output. There is first character string hello, second character string world. We are going to take an addition between them. Its length is 5, its length is 5, its length is 12. So 5 plus 5, 10, in which in between we need to give the space. So hello space world is your answer. Hello space world is your answer. Okay. It says that there is an error. Why there is an error? Can we concatenate two string by addition? Can we concatenate two string by addition? So in Java we can do that, but in C++ we can't. So it gives you the error. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Operator overloading in C++ is making C++ operator work with object. So we can go with the first answer. A pointer point to the type of variable that must be part of pointer's definition such that the compiler can perform arithmetic operation correctly to access the array elements. Wrong. Pointers can be added to one another to access structure member. Wrong. The data type don't get mixed up with the arithmetic operations are performed on them. Definitely data type is separate thing, and the operation that we are going to perform is the another thing. So don't mix up that. What is aggregation? Can we say that aggregation is simply a hazard type of relationship? It is a hazard type of relationship. Which of the following is a late binding? Can we say that virtual function is an example of late binding? Virtual function is an example of late binding. Let's see, we need to find output of this one. There is a function inline demo. This is the main. Cout inline demo 5, 10. So we are passing 5, 10 here. So see, 5 goes in A and 10 goes in B. So the value of A is 5, value of B is 10. Initialize the value of sum with 0. Now we need to start I equal to 0, I less than 100, I plus plus. Means your loop is going to run from I equal to 0 to I 99. Okay. Because less than 100 and increment is simple linear. So currently when the value of I is 0, the value of sum is what? The previous sum 0 plus A plus B, so it is 15 multiplied by I is what? It's a 0. So updated value is 0. When the value of I is 1, the previous sum is again 0, use that, plus A plus B, so it's a 15 multiply by what? I is what? It's 1, so it is 15. Now when the value of I is 2, so 15 plus 15 into 2, it becomes 45. Can we say that somehow it is going till 99? So what exactly we are doing? Initially it is 0, then means simply 15 into 0 plus 15 into 1 plus 15 into 2 plus 15 into 3, still go 15 into 99. We can take 15 common from this. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 99. Sum of 99 number is nn plus 1 by 2 multiply by 15. So this is going to cancel out by 50. So your answer is 15 into 99 into 50. That would be your answer. 15 into 99 into 50. Got it? Let's see. I'm going to calculate this. It becomes 74250. That would be your answer. Okay. So it's nothing. It is simply going to perform the multiplication of 15 by 1 to 2 to 199 and take an addition of this. 74250. That would be your answer. Got it? The purpose of the template class is to. So the purpose of template class is simply if you want to work with a different data types, you can use that template class. A is your answer. Select the correct option with respect of function template. So we can say related to the previous question. Write only one function and will work with many different data types. The same as the previous. A functional dependency x tends to y is called trivial. See, x tends to y is trivial if and only if y is subset of x. So if y is subset of x, such type of dependency is called trivial dependency. Let's move to the next one. An ER diagram incorrectly show two entities directly connected by more than one relation. This error is called relationship redundancy. So you can go with answer 2, relationship redundancy. Okay. See, there are two entities, E1, E2. If there is one relationship between them is R1 and there is another relationship between them is R2. Means two entities are there but two different relationships between them. That would be the error that is called a relationship redundancy. More than one relationship between two entities are wrong. Okay, that is not correct thing. See, given the relation RWX X SWY, the result select a distinct WX from RS is guaranteed to be same as R. See, R is a relation with attribute WX. S is a relation with attribute YZ. Okay. We are going to select the distinct WX. Means it may be possible if there is a same rows. Then in output it gives you only the 1, 2 row. But we want output exactly same as R. So we must ensure that its rows must be distinct. So R must be distinct. The second thing is we are taking Cartesian product between them. Suppose to be S is empty. Then what will be the number of rows here? If we are going to multiply that with 0 row, then your answer is 0. So we need to ensure that it should be non-empty. Means at least one row should be there. Then only you got output exactly same as R. So you can go with the last option. R has no duplicate and S should be non-empty. Why we are using join in SQL? Can we say that simply if you want to combine the row from more than two or more than two tables based on the certain related column. So that's why we are using SQL join. If you want to find the meaningful information from multiple tables and we want to relate multiple table, we want to join multiple table. A developer run a query to select all record from a table, but it returned no result. Dispatched the table being non-empty. What is the likely clause? See, we want developer runs a query to select all the record from the table, but it returned no result. Why? So it might be possible the developer uses where clause and the condition is like that, it is not going to select anything. So the where clause is filtering out all records. Okay. In a SQL, if you want to modify an existing table and you want to add a foreign key constraint referencing another table, which of the query is correct? See, with the help of alter, you can add any type of constraint to the existing table. The condition this query is going to work correctly only if the existing data satisfy the property of that particular constraint. Now what is the syntax? So alter table, you need to write the name of table and then add constraint. Then you need to write the foreign key name, the foreign key column, references to the which table you want to make a reference. So the correct way is the first. The property that ensures a committed transaction chains remain permanent even under the system failure. See, transaction should satisfy the Ecet property. A for atomicity. Atomicity says that either the whole transaction is going to execute or not at all. Second is isolation. Isolation says that Ecet property. A for atomicity, C for consistency. Consistency, second one. Consistency says that before performing operation, if your system is in one valid state, so after performing operation, it should go to the another valid state. That is consistency. Isolation. At a particular time on some database, only one operation can perform. Means we can't perform the multiple operations simultaneously on a same data item. Otherwise, result is inconsistent. Durability. Once a transaction is successfully done, then it never fail. Either your system is going to fail. So the question is related with the durability. A table contains a non-primary key column that depends on only part of composite primary key. Okay, means non-prime attribute depends on a part of a composite key, means prime attribute. Then such type of dependency is called PFD, partial functional dependency. And if partial functional dependency exists, then it is not in the second normal form. You can go with the first answer. In a relational database, what does a composite index refer to? So composite index is nothing, it is simply an index that include the multiple columns from a table. So index become composite. If you are not going to search by a single column, you want to search by a composition of multiple columns, then the index become composite index. Every non-key attribute is functionally depend on the primary key. Okay, means non-prime attributes, it's completely depends on the key attribute. Then such type of property represents what? Your relation is in what? Every non-key attribute is functionally depend on the primary key. The property belongs to what? Okay, so we can say that if this condition is going to satisfy, your relation is in second normal form, as well as your relation is in third normal form, as well as your relation is in BCNF. So all these three statements are correct. So they are saying that it is in second normal form. So it is the weakest normal form, but it is also in 3NF as well as it is also in BCNF. The function of a north bridge in a motherboard chip is, so north bridge function is used to manage RAM, PCIs and CPU communication. Okay, so that's why we are using north bridge on motherboard. We need to arrange the following in a decreasing order of speed. Means the fastest to slowest. So inner cache, IC, inner cache is also called L1 cache, is fastest among all. Then outer cache, OC, L2 cache, is slower than the IC. Then RAM, and hard disk is slowest among all. We can go with the answer 1. Question number 55. Which of the following is not a step in the BIOS boot sequence? BIOS boot sequence. Memory paging initialization is not a step. Power on self-test is a step. Post is a step. Loading the operating system is the work, because operating system is loaded into the main memory at the time of booting process. Loading device driver is also done at a booting process, but memory management, memory initialization is not done. So 4th is not your answer. Which of the following is not a characteristic of MAC address? So media access control address is simply a physical address. Okay. It's unique to every network device. 48-bit in length. That statement is true. It is 48-bit length. This statement is also true. It is unique for every device. It's never change. Even IP address is going to change, but it is never change. Used for a local address communication. Yes, it's work on a data link layer. Assigned by a software configuration. False. It's not assigned by the software configuration. So you can go with the answer number 3. It's a false. Which statement is not true for the TCP? Transport Control Protocol. Is a connection oriented? Yes, it's a connection oriented. TCP is connection oriented. UDP is connectionless. They both work at a transport layer. Reliable data transfer? Yes, it's a reliable data transfer because there is a connection. UDP is unreliable. Faster than UDP, that statement is false. It is slower than UDP because in UDP no need to make a connection. If you are a data, you can send. That's it. Provide congestion control? Yes, it provides congestion control. TCP three-way handshake. Sequence of message in TCP three-way handshake. First of all, you need to synchronize. Then synchronize from the receiver side. Then you need to give the acknowledgement. Then they are giving you the acknowledgement. So sync acknowledgement, and then acknowledgement. That is the three-way handshaking. What is the primary difference between CSM and CD? CD is collision detection and this is collision avoidance. This is used for the wireless. This is used for the wired. So as name collision detect, it is going to detect the collision, and CA is going to avoid the collision. Second is your answer. Switches operate at which layer? So can we say that switches is a data link layer device? In FTP, file transfer protocol, which mode established two separate connection for a control and data? Can we say that it is an active mode, not passive? It is active mode. In SMTP protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, which command is used to specify the sender's email address? Mail from. It's simply mail from. To specify the sender's email address. Consider you are having a computer with n CPU. What will be the maximum number of processes that can reside in the ready state? See, what will be the number of CPU? It doesn't matter, because the number of processes reside in a ready state. It depends on the long-term scheduler, and it is never going to relate how many CPUs we are having. Now see, there is a numerical in a memory management system with a page size of 2 KB. Okay, so page size is given to us. Where both physical and virtual addresses start from 0. Program pages 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are mapped with the, okay. So page number and corresponding to the frame number is given in the question. So this is nothing, it is simply the page table. So page number is 0, 1, 2, 3. Page number 0 is available in frame number 1, page number 1 available in frame number 2, page number 2 available in page number 2, page number 3 available in frame number 0. What is the physical address which map the virtual address 2500? Your virtual address is virtual address or logical address. It is what? It is 2500. In this 2500, what we can say, your virtual address is going to divide in two parts. The first is page number and the second one is offset. Page number and the second one is what? Offset. Offset means page size. Page size depends on the offset depends on the page size. Page size is how much? It is 2 raised to 2 KB, means 2 raised to 11. So 11 bit is your offset. First task that you need to do is what? You need to convert that virtual address into the binary format. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is nothing, it is simply so see, your address is going to how many bits long? It's going to 12 bit long. So first bit 2048, it should be 1. Then 1024 is 0, then 512 bit is 0, okay, then 256 is 1, then 128 is 1, then 64 is 1, then 32 0, 16 0, 8 0, 4 1, 0 and then 0. This is the 12 bit long, okay. Now what we can see, out of that 12 bit, this 11 bits represent offset, okay, and this first bit represent page number. Now we can see page number 1 is available in which frame? Frame number 3. So its physical address is what? At the place of page number, just put the frame number 3. So what is binary of 3? So binary of 3 is 1 1. Your offset is exactly same. So 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 0. Okay. Now just to solve this. So this bit represents 4. This bit represents 64, 128, 256. This is 512. This is 2 raised to 9, 2 raised to 10, 1024. This is 2 raised to 11, 2048, and this is 4096. So just take addition of this. 4096 plus 2048 plus 256 plus 128 plus 64 plus 4. When we are going to add, it gives you 6596. That would be your answer. Okay. So simply it is a process of converting virtual address to the physical address. Virtual address consists two things: page number offset. Physical address consists two things: frame number offset. Offset of both is same, so that's why I am using the same offset. And at the place of page number, I am putting the frame number. Page number is 1, frame number is 3. Binary of 3 is 1, 1. Just do the conversion. Consider a scheduler that knows the CPU burst length in advance. 3 processes ABC arrive at time 0 with the CPU burst time. If a non-primitive scheduling is used, what is the minimum possible average time rounded to the nearest integer? Okay. See, we are having the process A, B, C. Arrival time of all the processes are what? It's a 0. And CPU burst 16, 20, 10. If non-primitive scheduling algorithm is used, what is the minimum possible average waiting time? See, non-primitive scheduling algorithms are either you can use FCFS, first come first serve, you can use shortest job first. If you want a minimum waiting time, then you should go with the SJF, shortest, okay, job first. So that's why I'm going to apply the shortest job first. So at time 0, we can say that C has the shortest job, then A, and then C. So the waiting time for A is what? 10. Waiting time for B is what? This is B, na? Waiting time for B is what? It's 26. Waiting time for C is what? It's a 0. So addition becomes 36 divided by 3. It gives you the value 12. So 12 is your answer. So we need to apply, actually in this question they are not asking to apply the shortest job first, but they are saying that which sorting technique gives you the minimum waiting time in a non-primitive CPU scheduling. So you should always go with the SJF. Okay, definitely practically SJF is not possible, but as per this question we need to go with the SJF. So there are what we can say, let the following 5 disk access request from the processor PQRST in the form request ID and cylinder number. So they are giving you the request ID and they are giving you the cylinder number. So P155, Q85, R110, S30 and T115. Okay. If the scheduler follows the shortest seek time first scheduling algorithm and if the disk head is initially positioned at the cylinder number 100, then which of the following statement is false? Okay, we need to use the shortest seek time first algorithm. We need to find which statement is false. Okay, so we need to go with the statements also. There are 4 statements. They are saying that Q is serviced after S but before T. That is false. So I need to check for that. Nah, no worry. Let's say I need to make a timeline. Currently disk head at a cylinder number 100. So it is at a 100 number cylinder. So out of this all, which one is the near 200? 110. So we need to go to the R 110. Then near to this is what? T. We need to go to T. Is 115. Then near to this is what? It's 85 or 150. 85 is 30 and 150, for that you need to take addition of 40. So you need to go to Q, 85. After that, if we are going to subtract 50, then we can go to S. And then serve P. So exactly that would be the way to serve all the requests. R is serviced before P. So yes, R is serviced before P. That statement is true. The head reverses its direction of movement between serving Q and P. So yes, Q is serving in this direction, and when it need to serve P, it need to reverse its direction. That statement is also true. Q serviced after S. Q serviced after S. No. Q is serviced before S. That statement is false. They're asking you which statement is false. You can go with the third one. Okay. Which of the following process state transition is not possible? I will show you the state diagram. Initially, your process is in a new state, then long-term scheduler send it to the ready. Here we are using the short-term scheduler to send that to the running. From running, it may terminate if successfully execution is done. It may wait for IO devices. If the waiting is full, then it go to the ready. Sometime if there is a round robin scheduling, then it can also go from running to ready. So running to reading is possible. Waiting to running directly not possible. Waiting to we need to go to ready. So the second is not possible. Let's see next question. Consider three processes have a peak resource demand of 3. Means A, B, C require 3 resource, 4 resource and 6 resource respectively. But the system contained M resources of same type. The minimum value of M required to ensure that deadlock will never occur. Okay, let's see. We are having A, B, C. Its peak demand is 3, 4, 6. Okay. C. If I am having a resources, 2 resources I am going to allocate to A, then A is never going to complete its execution. If I am going to allot 3 resources to B, it is never going to complete its execution because it requires 4. And if I am going to assign 5 to C, it is never going to execute its execution. So if we are having 2, 3, 5, then there is a chance of deadlock. Now if you want to avoid the deadlock, then at least we require one more device. Either we can allot that device to A, so A is going to run. If we are going to allot to B, B is going to run. If we are going to allot to C, C is going to run. So if we are having 2 plus 3 plus 5, there is a deadlock. But if we are going to add one more, then it's guaranteed there is no deadlock. So that would be the minimum number of devices we need to hold. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 is your answer. Got it? Consider the following C program. How many times hello is going to print? Let's see. There is a main function and it is going to call fork 2 times. See, main. So first of all, main is going to call 4. Then it is again going to call 4 and then it is going to print hello. Okay. Now the first fork is again going to call fork and it is going to print hello. Second one is going to print hello. This is the fork, it is also going to print hello. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times hello is going to print. You can go with answer number 1. 4 is your answer. A system has TLB with 512 entries and 4 KB page size. If the page size is increased by 16 KB, which of the following is true? Okay, see, if we are going to increase the size of 4, if the page size is 4 KB, then the number of entry in TLB is 512. If we are going to increase the page size by 16 KB, means if the size of page is going to increase, then the, what we can say here, the number of pages are going to reduce. If the number of pages are going to reduce, then the number of addressable pages in the TLB is going to reduce, because the number of pages are going to reduce. So we need to perform less entry in the TLB. So we can go with the third answer. Now, in a certain point of computation, the value of counting semaphore is 7. Okay, so value of semaphore is 7. We need to find the new semaphore value. If we are going to perform 20 wait operation and XV operation, then the new semaphore value become 5. What is the value of X? So if you want to find the new semaphore value, then the old semaphore value, then how many signal operations we are performing, you need to add, and how many wait operations you are performing, you need to subtract. Okay, so new is 5, old is 7, and the value of P is 20. So 18 is your answer on solving this equation. Which of the following statement incorrectly describe paging compared to segmentation? Okay. So paging is suffer from internal fragmentation, where segmentation is suffer from external fragmentation. That statement is true. Paging has very slightly internal fragmentation, but it has. In paging, logical address is divided into the number of pages and offset, while in segmentation it is divided into the segment number and offset. That statement is also true. Paging, page size in paging is variable, where segment size is fixed. That statement is false. In paging, page size is fixed and it is equal to the size of frame. In segmentation, the size of segment is different because it depends on the size of functions, and different function may vary. So third is your answer. Now, which of the following is not a feature of Java? Java is multi-threaded, yes. Java is object-oriented, yes. Java is robust, yes. Java is platform independent, yes. But they are writing platform dependent. So that's why this is false. Are you getting the point? Are you getting the point? So third, platform dependent, this is false. Component is responsible for running the compiled Java bytecode. See, Java is platform independent because of the bytecode. So we can send that bytecode to any machine and that machine is going to run that code because of JVM, Java Virtual Machine. That is your answer. Okay, we need to find output. See, initially the value of count is 1. If the count is less than equals to 15, we need to do this. System.out.println, if this condition is going to satisfy, print triple star, else print 5 plus. Initially the value of count is 1. 1 mod 2 equal to 1 condition satisfy, so triple star is going to print. Now plus plus count. So value of count is now what? 2. See, so first time value of count is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9, 10, 11, 12, then 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now see, how many odd numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for every odd number, this condition is going to satisfy. Then triple star is going to print. So can we say that 8 times triple star is going to print? and for every even number the condition is going to false, then we need to execute this because it is ternary operator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 5 plus are going to print. So can we go with the first answer? See, that would be the code. There is a class A. Class B extends class A. Means what? It is inheritance. Is nothing, it's a inheritance. And there is a main class. They are giving you 4 options. They are asking you which of the following option is correct. See, we need to start from the main class. We are going to create object B and we are passing 20 to B. Object for B. Okay, so 20. So that 20 pass to J, super J. System.out.print I. Okay, and this dot I is J equals to 20. The value of I is what? The global value of I is what? It's 10. So class B extends class A, means it inherits the property of class A. So here we want to print the value I. So I is going to print what? It's 10. So first of all it is going to print 10. Okay. Now this dot I equal to J into 20. So what will be the value of J in which we need to multiply by 20? The value of J is what we can say. It is going to call super J. So the value of super J is what? What will be the value that we are passing here? So this is 10 into 20 become 200. Okay, so second time it is going to print value here, the I. So I become 200. After that, here we need to print the value of I. So 200 and it is going to multiply again system.bi. So b.i, it is going to multiply by 20. So it become 400. So you can go with answer 4, 10, 200, 400 as your answer. Which keyword is used to define the constant variable in Java? So in Java, if you want to define the constant variable, you need to use the final keyword. Okay. So final is using. Which of the following is a type of polymorphism in a Java? So can we say that compile time polymorphism is possible in a Java? We can go with answer 4, compile time polymorphism. What is the chained exception in Java? Chained exception means what? An exception caused because of other exception. It is called chaining. So second is your answer. What is an interface with no method or field is called? So if you are having an interface without any method or field, then it is called a marker interface. A is your answer. Which of this method is used to register a mouse motion listener? So if you want to use the mouse motion listener, then you need to add mouse motion listener. Fourth is your answer. Which of the following is a major component of JDBC? So for JDBC, you need a driver, you need a driver manager, you need a connection, and you need a statement. You can go with the second answer. Now we need to identify which of the following statement is true for the Python tuple. A tuple do not allow duplicate value. False. Tuple allow duplicate value. A tuple is unordered. False. Tuple is ordered. We can change the tuple once created. No, we can't change the tuple once created. We can't change the tuple once created. Last statement is true. Now there is certain Python code. We need to find what would be the value. Tester, we are passing 12 here. 12 goes to this. Print temp ID, then your answer is simply 12. Got it? Now see the next question. Okay. So you can see here the code is simply, there is a list that consists 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we need to delete the sample list 0 to 6. Means 0 to 5 we need to delete all the elements. So after deleting all the elements, we can say that your list become empty. So after that, if you are going to print the list, then it gives you what? It gives you the empty list. That would be your answer. Now we need to find output of this. As you can see that we are initializing tuple. That tuple is empty. Okay. Inside that, what we are saying, in the bracket there is 1, 2, comma 4 is equal to 8. In tuple 4 to 1 is equal to 10. In tuple 1 to it is 12. Now there is a sum. For that, what we need to do, we need to sum all the tuple variables inside the sum, and we need to take addition of tuple length plus sum. Okay. So how much it is? What is the total addition that we can say? So sum is initialized with 0 and the tuple length is what? So the total sum is what? It is going to 30 plus the length of tuple is what? It become 3. So it gives you 33. That would be your answer. Which of the following will not raise an error in Python? So if you are writing math.infinity plus 1, there is no error with this. The primary limitation of using grid and pack together in the same parent wizard is, so what is exactly the issue? It increase the window size? No. It make wizard overlap? No. It does not allow wizard to be resized? No. It cause an error in unexpected behavior. So behavior is not expected. Okay. So it gives you unexpected behavior. Got it? Now see the next one, the question number 189. The output of the following program. See list, as we know that list is a heterogeneous data type, means we can store the different type of data element inside this. True is a boolean, 50 and 10. Okay, list insert 2 comma 5 means we need to insert the 5 at the second position. Print list comma sum is sum of list. So see, can we say that we can print the list, there is no issue, but sum of list boolean variables are not going to add with the different elements, na? So type error, unsupported operator, we can't add string, so you can go with third answer. The output of following Python program is 13579. So what we can say, print l dot pop 3 pop minus 3, print l dot remove l0 and print l. So see, as we know that in list negative indexing is also possible. So minus 3 means this is the minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So we need to pop out this element. So first answer is 5. Okay. Second, remove l dot remove l0, zeroth indexing. So this is what it's you need to remove the 1, 3, 7, 9. That would be the result. Out of that, if you want to remove L0, so it gives you, it is going to remove the first position element, so it is 1, and then you need to print L, so it gives you 3, 7, 9. So you should go with the second answer, not first. First is wrong, second is correct. 5, 1, 3, 7, 9. We need to find output of this. After executing this, what will happen? So first of all, we need to open file in writing mode. Then we need to write line 1. So line 1 is going to write, then slash n is exactly same. Flush out this and write line 2. So it's like that. Close the line. So first is your answer. The output of the following code is what? See, here we are using the thread. First of all, you need to initialize the thread, then you need to start the thread. When you are going to start the thread, then it is going to print thread running and then main thread existing. So you can go with the second answer. HTML has a language element which permits certain actions other than describing the structure of a web document. Which one of the following action is not supported by pure HTML pages? Okay. Automatically redirect to another page upon download. Embedded web objects from different sites into the same page. Display the client time as a part of page. You can go with third option. Okay. Now there are 4 statements. You need to identify which statement is false. About the XML, Extendable Markup Language. XML overcome the limitation in HTML, support a structured way of organizing content. That statement is very true. XML specify is not case sensitive while HTML specification is case sensitive, but this statement is very false. XML supports user defined tags while HTML supports predefined tag. That statement is very true. XML tags need not to be closed while HTML tag must be closed. That statement is very false. So you can go with second and fourth. Which of the following tag is used to create a number list? Li and ol, li and ol, we know that thing. The tag is an inline container used to mark up a part of text or a part of document. It is a span. Is used to create a link to another document by using href attributes. A. Third option. A client can use GET request to get a web resource from the server. It's simply the GET. If you want to take a web resources from the server, you need to use the GET. Variable name in PHP starts with what we can say. So what will be the variable name that you are going to use in PHP? It is always start with the dollar symbol. Second option. The last question of this paper. Which of the following statement is true about the HTTP hypertext? Okay, HTTP protocol. Web browser uses only HTTP as a communication protocol with server. False. It refers to resourcing using their universal resource identifier. False. It does not maintain any connection information on previous transaction. That statement is true. HTTP is connectionless. Fourth is your answer. Okay. So these are the total 100 questions related to your computer science syllabus. Thank you so much for watching this particular session.